Okay, so in the last video we created a file that's based on secret.php, a file that we created earlier, and we just made it so that we could see the data, and when we displayed that on our page we got to see all of our makes and models. We can make changes and update the car. So now we want to create a new page called update.php, and it's going to handle the update request. So I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm creating a new file. I'm going to save as. I'm going to put it right in that htdocs folder, update.php. Now all this page is going to do is it's going to handle the update request and then put the user back to the secret page so that they can see the same page with the data updated. And so I'll start by putting some PHP tags, and they can be capitalized, by the way. And then in here we're going to go ahead and include the database connection, PHP, because we're going to be connecting. So I'll put dbc PHP, and then we can go ahead and start harvesting. So we're going to harvest the post data from the browser. And once we have that, we'll go ahead and we'll update the database. And then once we've updated the database, we're going to redirect the header back to the page that we came from, which is secret.php. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with the harvesting, and I'm going to create a variable called ID, and that's going to be equal to my post variable. And there's an array of variables that have come in from the browser. Each one of them has a name based on the name that's on the form. And so the name that we put on the form was ID. So that's got that. And then of course we've got the make and model. And again we get that data. We got to put an underscore here. Post. And we did have a form that had a name, make and model. And now I'm going to have the image location equals $post, and the form input was image, and lastly the price. Okay, so now we've harvested all of the data from the browser and we have it in variables where we can use it. Now we need to update the database. This means creating a SQL command. So there's my blank SQL, and I'm going to make this multi-lines, so I'm going to put some lines up there. But basically we're going to start with the command update, and we have to specify the table that we want to update. So I'm going to say update cars, and on the next line I'm going to say set make and model equal to, and then with quotation mark or half quotes we want to put our variable that we collected. So whatever they send us, that's what we're going to put there. We're going to set the make and model equal to make and model, put a comma after this. Then we're going to go ahead and say that the image is equal to $image, comma, and then oh, I forgot, the image is a text string, so we got to put some half quotes around that. However, the price is not a text, it's a number in the database, so I can just put $price and then a comma without that. Oh, and price is the last one, so I'll no comma on the last one. I just have to put then where ID equals $ID. And since ID is not a string, we don't have to put half quotes around that. Okay, great. So now we're almost done. Okay, there's just one more thing that I need to do, and that's I need to execute the query. So I'm going to say my SQLi underscore query. Okay, and then when I execute the query, I've got to include the $con and the $SQL. that will execute that SQL query. After the query is executed, that'll update the database. And now all I need to do is go ahead and redirect. So I'm going to use my header method to redirect, and I'm going to just choose the location, and I'm going to go back to the secret PHP page, which is the page I started from. All right, we'll go ahead and save that. Go to my page. I'll change this. We'll have a sale. We'll change it to $2. If I hit update car, what happens is that I hit update. It went and updated it and came back to the same page. So it looks like nothing happened, but in fact, if I refresh the page, the price stays at $2. So we know that that's working. I can then change this car, some random thing, and it did change orders that time, but the changes was there. So it's working great.